and welcome to EBN TV. And this is the Spheres of Life, where we get to engage, where we get to talk, and where we get to share issues that affect us in life. We make sure that there is transparency, we make sure there is accountability, we make sure there is objectivity and sanity in everything that we are doing here. So we are happy today to see that you are listening to us. So kindly, as we start off this show, kindly notify us where you are listening us from. And this is to notify that we are shifting from Thursday to Sunday, and the show shall be coming to you from 7:30 to 8:15 every Sunday. So welcome to the Spheres of Life on EBN TV. I'm your host, Jeff Kimayu Somba, and
me, Carolyne Muthoni. We are thankful for having you for tonight's show, Spheres of Life, tackling the topic change. So if you are there and you have any question to ask us about change, we have a very incredible guest with us, and she's going to share a lot with you. So stay tuned to stay informed. You can also get into contact with us on our social media platforms. That's on YouTube, The Legend Productions, and also in Instagram and Facebook, Jeff Somba the Legend. So you can get into contact with us in those social media platforms, and we'll get into you.
thank you, Caroline. So once again, this is coming to you live from EBN TV. Welcome to our topic, and tonight's topic is change. So feel free to engage with us, feel free to talk to us, because this is what we call family. So welcome to EBN TV. Purity,
hi,
how are you?
Jeff. Hi.
Are you good?
Yeah.
That's great. How was your day?
My day was good.
Mm-hmm.
I had a restful day, though mixed feelings, you know, how when you're preparing for something,
Yes.
you usually feel, but
Yeah.
it has been a good day and a very peaceful day, though. Yeah.
That is very great.
Yeah.
So welcome to EBN TV.
Thank you so
And
much.
tonight's topic is change. And remember, we are doing this so that we can create awareness to our audience. Our audience are very much important and vital to all that we are doing here. So make sure that you listen and make sure that you take heed of what we are sharing tonight. So our topic, as I've said, once again, it is change. And as you've been working today, what kind of change did you find on the way or in the things that you are expecting to do? Because I expect if there is something that you have set expectations on, and if there is a transition, there is a shift, that is a change. Did you find that kind of change today as your day was rolling out?
Yeah, there was a bit of change. I got a job, and there's really been a transition in my life. Yeah. For the longest time, I've not been having routines. Waking up early, preparing for work, coming back home. So I've been really finding it hard to wake up in the morning. I usually set alarm from 5. When I wake up at 5, I set at 5:30 so that I can sleep the 30 minutes. So it has really been a very hard transition. But with the 2 weeks I've been there, at least right now I'm getting better. So that is one change that has come into my life within those 2 weeks. Okay. I'm trying to now be fit on waking up early, dressing up, going to work.
And is it effective?
Well, it is, because I'm one person who has been up and down. I don't have a routine. I wake up at any time I want. Okay, not that I'm lazy or I don't have anything to do, but my mind was wired in a way that when I wake up in the morning, I do charity work, I do community development. So when I wake up in the morning, maybe I'll wake up at around 8, 9, then plan my day, how it's going to be. Then after there, my life is so free. I don't have anybody to program it. But right now, I need to adjust now that I have a boss. I need to go to work very early in the morning, then come home. You see now, like everything I was doing out here now cuts short. So I need now to adjust to the newness of my life right now. Okay.
That is great. And there is someone watching to there who is asking, who is Purity?
Oh. Yeah, Purity is one vibrant lady, one superwoman, and a person who loves God so much, and a person of people. Mtu wa watu yani. I really love humanity. Yeah, I'm a community developer, and I'm
Yes.
happy to be in that spheres of life,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that is where God has called me to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
Actually, there's someone who was asking, who is this person, who is this guest tonight?
Yeah.
And to our audience, that is Purity. She's a community developer and also a psychologist. So the topic that we are handling tonight is change. And as you've heard, there is a change and the transitions that she's gone through the past 2 weeks or the 2 weeks ending up to date. So I think there is an adaptability or adaptation to a change that you find yourself in. So what is change?
Well, change is transition to just be on simple terms.
Yeah.
It's transition to situations of
Yeah.
life, or also transition to how we are wired, because we need change.
Yes.
When there's no change, there's no growth.
Yeah.
We need to change for us to see our purpose,
Yes.
and for us to realize who we are. Because when we stay in the same position
Yeah.
for a very long time, we can never know our potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the factors that cause this change maybe?
Well, there's so many factors. It can be social, it can be environmental, it can be environmental. Yeah, there's so many factors of this change.
Okay, that's great. And why do people fear change? Why do people fear transitioning?
Because why people fear change is because we don't know after the change what will become of our values, what will become of us as people. Because we are coming from the position of known to the unknown. We don't know what that change is bringing us, you know. So when you think, maybe for example, when I was in primary school, going to secondary school, I didn't know what was ahead of me. In primary school, we used to do A, B, C, D. Then you hear high school, it's cramming. You need to understand. You need to write without choosing an answer. So there was that, am I brave enough to handle such information in my brain? Am I good enough to understand what the teacher is teaching and know choices for the questions? So there's always that fear of the unknown. Yeah, that's why people, and then also there's some changes that you can sense the way hapo mbele vile kutakuwa. So maybe a change of a lost person, mtu amekufa kwenyu. Maybe it's your mom. So you don't know after mama ameenda ni nini itakuwa hapo mbele. What will become of my siblings? What will become of my family? You know, there are so many things that people fear. Or what will be my identity? Right now, I had a mother. Now imagine now me being called an orphan. Like there are so many things, especially now when you hear other children having parents, mothers, and you hear you're adapting now to the newness of I don't have a mother, I don't have a father. Who am I going to become? So there's so many fears.
Okay, so what is the relationship between change and faith?
Change and faith.
Yes.
One thing I was made to understand yesterday, change is initiated by God. We are not the one who bring about the change. And that's why we need, when you realize this change, talk to God about it. Where does God want you to be? Is this change really for you? Are you have you talked to God? You know? So change is initiated by God. We are not the one who initiates change. Okay.
Change and faith.
Change?
The relationship.
Well, as I've said, change is initiated by God. So I think that is where they come in contact. Because we can't do it on our might. Ati leo niseme ati nataka kukua mtu fulani na nijipate nimekuwa. No, when I use my strength, I think I'll go the wrong way. But when God is in it, I think that will be okay.
So by any chance, can we say there's positive change and negative change, and how can one evaluate this is a negative change or it's a positive change?
Well, positive change comes with growth, because as I was saying, as I said in the beginning, we change because we want growth, you know. But now we have the fear of the unknown. We don't know hapo mbele kutakuwa haje. So positive change, maybe right now I was not working, but now I got a job. That was a transition, that was change, but it was positive because I got something to do. I'm not idle anymore, like this yet. You've
not been lazy. You are more engaged. Yes.
Then there's another change. I don't know whether you've seen good people becoming bad people. Why? Because maybe they've undergone through something and they think by them being bad will solve their problems. And that's why you're seeing so many bitter people out here, because they feel maybe the negative is sweeter than the positive. So when somebody changes from being a good person or from growth to downfall, that is negative. Change needs to be positive. It needs to bring about growth.
Yes, you've said change should be positive. And sometimes you wake up and find that you are held on negativity all through. And as you've said previously, there are some good people who find themselves changing into being worse, bad, or negative. Yes. What are the causes? What are the reasons as to why someone good changes into being maybe arrogant, negligent, and maybe purposeless in life?
And maybe following on that, are there impacts of having a negative change?
Well, I'll ask you a question.
Yes.
Now, this plant, what makes it to grow? Do you look at the light? Do you look at the soil? Do you look at the humidity? Do you look at the water? What do you look at?
You look at different properties that it can grow.
It's the same. The plant is us now. When we are changing, what are the things that surround us? What is making us change? The people that we talk to, how are they impacting our lives? Because when we look at this plant, the soil is the main source of this plant to grow. So when the soil is poor, the plant will definitely die. It won't grow actually. But when the soil is good and it has the right environment, it will grow up to be a very beautiful, it will sprout out to be so good. So it's the same with us. Who do we talk to? Who do we engage in our life matters? How do we think? Like, what do we consume in us? Because whatever we consume inside us is what we bring out, is what becomes of us. So we are just like that plant. So whatever if you feed negative, you will be negative. If you feed positive, you will be positive.
So what is the purpose of this person changing from being good to being bad?
Circumstances and the environment that person is. Maybe like right now there's a lot of peer pressure with the young people. Maybe somebody is coming from a background where they're not maybe rich or, you know. So they feel they need to be better. They feel they deserve better, you know. They don't trust the process. So the best thing they can do, there's so many ways of getting money in the wrong way. Like ukwa na barbers, my sponsors, wash. There's so many negative things. So for them to like have that life they want, they decide to go the wrong way for them to have it. They feel they're doing the right thing, but it's the wrong thing. They do what makes them comfortable. And we know us as human beings, when we are praying, unambianga God ile kitu yenye unataka, but God yeye anataka hiyo kitu kwa maisha yako.
Okay. So now I'm in a group of friends. What will make me come out of them? And what will be the impact of me withdrawing from that group or even trying to come out of the same?
Well, it depends on the kind of friends. What do they talk about? What do they do? You know? If they're friends who sit down to talk nonsensible things, stupid things. If they're friends who engage in things that are not helping me as a person, they're not growing me, they're just making me constant, that will make me withdraw. And especially friends who don't think how I think. Friends who like badala ya kunipeleka juu wananivuta chini. Such kind of friends I wouldn't like stay with them. I need friends who are challenging me to be a better me. You know?
Now, do you find any kind of objection from the same friends? Now once you're withdrawing from the things that you've been doing,
unaringa,
how do you adapt? And how do you change to being into that position? Now that we're withdrawing from people, you are just
No, I think for me, for the time I have been on this earth and the people I've interacted with, I've been taught that anything that comes between me and God, that is one thing to withdraw from. Anything that is not making me to grow, pull out from it. Anything that will make me devalued, I'm out of it. Yeah, because I know my value. You need to know your value for you to know where you belong. Yeah.
So are there some activities maybe you can do in life that you'll feel, yes, I've adapted to this change, or something you can do, steps you can follow to make sure that you've really adapted to the positive change?
Yeah, there's so many things that you can do. Talk to the right people, surround yourself with the right people, because people make people. Nobody makes themselves.
True.
And also, like you see, for change, you're not changing for people, you're changing for you. For you to be a better you, you need to work on yourself. And you're not working on yourself on behalf of another person. It's because of you.
Okay. That's a great point from Purity. And our audience, remember, you are getting us through EBN TV, and this is the Spheres of Life, and this is change. Remember, we said that we are shifting from Thursday to Sunday, and we shall be coming to live from EBN TV from 7:30 to 8:15 p.m. So remember, as we shift, remember to shift with us. Thank you for sharing your comments. Thank you for engaging with us, and thank you for being in touch with us. So now there are some of the things that maybe we find in life as change, as we undergo change. So what hinders people from rushing or going to change, or even accepting or being flexible to change? And what will be the effects of you failing to adapt or to fit into a change?
Would you mind repeating your question?
Yes. I was asking, there are some things that sometimes you find yourself in a change that is really wanting. And you can't avoid this. What will make you fear change? And what will happen if you fail to fit yourself into the change?
Yeah, as I had said, the fear that comes with change is we don't know what awaits us. We don't know if today I go to America, what will become of me? Where will I live? Where will I be employed? Will I be as rich as what people say? You know, kuna stories unasikianga too, and you're like, you know, I went to America, I became rich, So we don't know hapo mbele kuko aje. But now also, life is 10% of what it offers, but 90% of how we approach change. We need to change, you know. And the fear also comes with us as a person. Who are we becoming? What will be the value of me changing? What will be my identity? Because of course you can never be the same person. The same, the person I was maybe 2 years back is not the same person I am today. The way I used to think back then is not the way I think today. You know, so it's that transition.
Okay. So someone out there is saying, Purity, really, I made a choice and I found myself in negative change. So how can I bounce back to the positive change?
Yeah, if we all make mistakes. And when you don't make mistakes, I don't think whether you'll ever learn. Mistakes make us learn. So if you made the wrong choice, there's always a chance, another chance to bounce back to where you wanted to be. You know, hata me, I made a mistake back then. When I was joining college, I went to do business management because I thought nikiwa mwanabiashara nitakuwa na pesa, yani
to give you money.
I was looking at money. I was looking at money. And mimi niliingia kole nikaanza kufanya business management. I did it for like a year. It was going for 2 years. So later on, napata sina interest ya hii kitu. I'm doing it because nasikianga mtu akiwa business lady, utakuwa na madoo, yani being called, you know. So later on, I asked God, like, who do you want me to be? Like, where do you want me to be? So I think God now took me to where I was supposed to be. But you see, now I had wasted a year plus.
Yeah.
And then sahi juzi nilikuwa najiuliza niko watu wanamalizanga university na 23 but mimi sikuwa nimemaliza the age of that 23 ndio naanza afresh. So you see there's always a chance to bounce back and take it positive. You learn from whatever you did. If it's a mistake you did, there are lessons that you drew from that mistake and you won't repeat that mistake again. So never beat yourself down.
Are there consequences of positive change?
Well, are there challenges of positive change? Well, sometimes positive change, tuseme kama umegrow and you've become somebody very important, or you had friends who after changing will withdraw. So they usually feel as if you're ignoring them. Kuna ile fear ya, how are people taking me? Am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right place? There are those questions that come within you. And you really need to know how to tackle them.
Okay, that's great. Now, there is a conflict that comes in with change. How can you handle that kind of conflict?
For me, I'll just tell you how I handle mine. I'm one person who loves to speak to people and to hear people's point of view. If today, like that time when I was doing that course, I had to talk to somebody. Because in my mind, I was like, am I really... And naturally, I'm talented in business. That is what I can say. But now, now me being there, I was asking myself, am I supposed to be here? Am I doing the right thing? So now that conflict of I want to do business, but God wants me to do this.
That was a conflict within yourself.
That was now within me. Am I doing the right thing? Should I change? And if I change, what? And then nimepelekwa kwa kosenye nasikianga haina pesa.
It brings in money.
Haina pesa. So I'm like, okay, do I go there? Niache biashara enye iko na pesa, niende kwa kitu enye like ni voluntary. Yani you have to volunteer. Niko like, I need to be rich. I need to be somebody. I need to be seen. I need to be out there. So there was so many conflicts. But when I talked to my mentor, she was able to bring out like she was able to guide me. So it's always good to talk to people, but people who have experience, not just anybody.
Thank you. Hold on there, Carol. Let's hear what our audience are saying to
our
us.
audience are engaged. I can see Felix Champion Boy saying, great show. Watu wa MKU wanafanya kazi poa. Consolata Chibalonza saying, catching the conversation live. Domitila Mule saying wonderful. Purity Mutheu amazing. Alex Obora tuned in. Caleb Kakaz saying tuned in. And Dina Monia saying watching from Buruburu, enjoying the show and learning a lot. So you can still continue engaging with us. If there is any question, Purity is here to answer the question for you.
Thank you, our audience, for engaging with us. And Purity, I'm still on the question of conflict. There was a conflict within yourself. And now...
And it was bad.
It was bad. And maybe it was pushing you into something maybe good or even better in your life. So here my question comes, because everyone has got a support system. Now, I think you shared this issue of change with someone because you wanted to change from a certain course to a different one. So did you have people who you shared the story of change with, and maybe you got into a kind of conflict? That is what I want to know. If there was any kind of conflict, how did you solve the conflict? How did they convince you into changing into the other course that you wanted to do?
Well, wengi waliniambia, purpose comes from God. And we do what we think we need, but God has a different agenda. That time I wanted to be a business lady. But now, when I look at what I'm passionate on, although I'm also passionate on business, and I also love the other side, but me, I used to look at which is better.
In terms of finances.
Like me say Kikuyu. But now them convincing me to go to do community development, it really took time. Because even as I was starting, nilikuwa naonanga hizo, even the topics, the units, they're just so shallow. Why am I doing this? Then naenda kwa internet, naanza ku Google, what salary do community developers earn?
I know that's right.
You know, naenda naangalia like what jobs are there for community development, and then whatever it's bringing, I'm like, really?
That's not what you
So whoever convinced me, alikuwa na kazi mingi sana.
So after the convincement, was it good to settle on that change?
Yeah, after I settled, I think right now where I am at, I'm so comfortable, and I thank God that I took that change, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Yeah, maybe if I had continued that one, maybe I wouldn't be enjoying the peace I'm having right now. Yeah, so there are benefits of change and obeying the change. Yeah.
So you have to be flexible to the change.
You need to be flexible to the change.
Now you are a community developer and you did business.
Yeah.
Now someone is there being confused. Do I do business? Do I do community development course?
Well, pray about everything and know what you want to do in life. And don't look at money. Because somebody made me to understand, you don't work for money, let money work for you. You know, do what you're so passionate of. And when you're passionate about something, the rest of the things will follow. Like right now, whatever you're doing with your show, you're doing it out of heart. So the rest of the things will follow you. Because people are seeing the value of what you're doing. Yeah. But if you force yourself to do something that is out of your way, you're doing it because maybe there's something that you want to gain, it won't last for long. It won't last for long.
So are there some activities maybe you did to strengthen your choice of change?
I think I engaged more on workshops, and I engaged with a lot of people who have been in the same field. Yeah, to understand what they do, what this entails, you know. I did a lot of research.
I like talking to students and comrades out there in tertiary institutions. That are staggering in maybe the choices and changes that they want to make in life. Maybe they found themselves, they made the wrong choices. So how can you advise a student or a comrade down there that I want to change to this, but I feel it is a hard task for me to, or a high mountain for me to climb?
Yeah, one thing I usually tell myself, even up to date, like whenever I want to make a decision, don't rush to making decisions. Because not every decision you'll make will be right. First, pray about it. Ask God, like, what are you saying about this? And that is why we got to Nambiwa. Let's have an intimate relationship with God, so that when you go to Him, you're able to like hear from Him. So, comrades out there, most of us, we make mistakes, especially in career choices. I know even in marriage, people make mistakes. Unaoa mtu alafu unafika kwa nyumba unasikia
like
you are not the right one. So before you make decisions, make sure you pray about it. And I know God will intervene. Our God, the God that we serve is not a God of confusion. He'll surely speak to us.
What are the challenges that comrades find in making changes in times in school?
One, most of the time we don't know what we want. And as I had said, most of the time we follow what we feel is good for us. Not knowing that maybe there's something else we ought to do. We are so much focused on what we think is right. We don't give ourselves time to evaluate what we need. We just jump into something, you know. So we kind of bump into things quickly without thinking about them.
Is it too hard to convince someone who wants to change not to change?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to change? Is it easy? It's not easy.
What are the challenges?
The challenges are huyu mtu atajui tuseme sasa nikuja nikwambie Jeff, change your wife. Like, will you easily
that's not easy.
You'll first think, if I leave her, what will become of her? If I leave her, what will become of my children? I mean, it's usually not easy. And especially now to convince them to come from where they are to another place. It's usually not easy. But it's possible. It's possible.
That is great, and that is life.
Yeah,
And
it's life.
remember, our audience, you are watching us from EBN TV. This is the Spheres of Life. The topic is change. And because of time, we shall be waiting here. But remember, you shall be catching up with us another time, and we shall be giving you details. So our guest has been Purity, and we want to get the final word from Purity. And make sure that you see to listen the final word, because the final word may be helping you, may be making you jump into a change that is beneficial into your life.
All right. One final thing is, if you want change, change. If you want something better, be better. I think that is what I can leave you with.
That's great.
So mine is just to thank you for tuning in to EBN TV and watching our show, Spheres of Life. Hope you've really learned a lot. And also remember that the engagement doesn't end here. You can also suggest something, maybe you want it to be aired on Spheres of Life next time. So you can get us on our social media platforms. That's on YouTube, The Legend Productions, and also in Facebook and Instagram, Jeff Somba The Legend. Until next time, have a good night.
Thank you for watching us. This has been the Spheres of Life. And remember, we've said that we shall be shifting the show up to Sunday, and we shall be on here from 7:30 to 8:15 p.m. And thank you for watching us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for engaging, and thank you for being of support into us. So until next time, I have been your host, Jeff Kimaiu. Good night.